Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace, and this is the fourth day of ESIC question paper solving session in which we are going to target 25 questions in the next 30 minutes. So let us start the session. Hi students. Okay, let us start. We'll ensure that we complete the session as soon as possible because I want to tell you the method to solve the questions fast. Although the questions of ESIC are very simple questions, but the only problem you face is giving the apt suitable time to the question paper. So we'll ensure that we solve the question very fast. Okay. So we are starting with error spotting. Our entire youth population is larger than the total population of the US or that of any other industrialized country. Our entire youth population is larger than, it should be than, not then. It should be than. Fine? Good morning, Venkat. Okay. India has surprised the payments world by announced that its central bank will issue a digital currency as early as 22-23. You see over here it's a preposition. So preposition is followed by a gerund. Gerund means it's a noun. Gerund is a noun. Gerund becomes the object of the preposition. So it should be by announcing. Announcing. By announcing. Clear? So the question becomes, India has surprised the payments world by announcing that its central bank will issue a digital currency as early as 22-23. Okay. Next question. Despite of the challenges faced by the Indians, okay, the error is in part A. Off shouldn't be here. In spite of, despite the challenges. In spite of the challenges, despite the challenges. So error is in part A. So we won't read the question further. We have identified that error is in the part A. Okay. Moving here to the next question, the fourth one. The government's intention is to provide parity in tax treatment of its citizen. So 2 is followed by V1, not V5. So it should be provide. The government's intention is to provide parity in the tax treatment of its citizens. So here it should be to provide. Okay. Despite, remove off, despite. It's correct, Vignesh Piki. Okay. The Indian e-commerce industry have been on, okay, it's Indian e-commerce industry. It is a singular entity. So it should be followed by the Indian e-commerce industry has, HAS. Has will be the correct answer. The Indian e-commerce industry has been on an upward growth trajectory and is expected to surpass the US to become the second largest e-commerce market in the world by 2034. 2 plus U1, correct Vignesh. Arun Durai, correct. Moving ahead. Now we have questions based on sentence correction. Okay. So, privatization is now being looked at as a reform aimed at increasing productivity and facilitating job creation. So, you see, is, being. It's a wrong structure. The correct structure is being, the passive voice of present continuous tense. So, the machine is processing the transaction. The transaction is being processed by the machine, is being processed. The answer is only one. This is the correct answer. Is plus being. So, privatization is now being looked at as a reform aimed at increasing productivity and facilitating job creation. Clear? Next question. According to the DIPAM secretary, actual privatization numbers could go up going forward because now we have better institutional capacity. Could plus goes is incorrect. Can plus gone is incorrect. Can plus V1, could plus V1. Could go up going forwarding. It should be going forward. So it is also incorrect. Can went up is incorrect. So the answer is no correction required. What does it mean? What does it mean? So according to the DIPAM secretary, actual privatization numbers could go up going forward. Go up going forward means will go up and it will further increase. Could go up going forward. Go up going forward is increasing in amount or numbers or amount. Going forward is going ahead in numbers. So could go up going forward means increasing in the increase of numbers. Fine. So this is the answer. No correction required. Next question. The government does not saw. Okay, this is incorrect. Does not saw is incorrect. Does plus C is the correct structure. Does plus C is the correct structure. Okay. The government does not see larger borrowing crowding out the private sector, and there is no de-emphasis on disinvestment. So does not see. Does not saw incorrect. Do not see is incorrect. Does not see correct. Did not saw incorrect, because with did we use see, with does we use see, with do we use see. So there is only one option, does not see large borrowing. This is the correct answer. Okay. Does not saw wrong, correct. So does not see would be the correct answer. Clear? Moving ahead to the next question. A large number of investors indulging in cryptocurrency, transactions had not been declared. Have not declared. It should be have not yet declared, because it's talking about a general sense and it's a plural entity, a large number of investors. So it should be have. Because it is simple present and it's talking about a large number of investors, it should be have. And with have we write yet in present perfect. Has not yet declared, have not yet declared. So with have we use yet, and because it's a general statement, it should be in present simple. So it should be have not yet declared. Okay. So answer C would be the correct answer, because had not been declares is incorrect. Has not been declares is incorrect. Has not been declaring is incorrect. So answer would be C. Correct? Yeah, correct, Vignesh. Moving ahead. A reduction in excise duty on aviation turbine fuel (ATF) would have helped airlines keep costs in control. Would have helped. Would had helped. It's written would had helped. Will have helped. This is also incorrect. With will or with would we use have plus V3. So it would be would have helped airline. This will be the correct answer. Would plus have plus V3. But here it's written would plus had plus V3, which is incorrect. Correct? So answer will be would have helped, which is B is the correct answer. Clear? So moving ahead to the next question. Fillers. Filler questions. Human beings can be moved by inclusive goals and can take the good of others into account in their dash. Human beings can be moved by inclusive goals and can take the good of others into account in their dash. Okay. So see, in there, a word that should come is like actions. Action is the word over here, because human beings can be moved. Can be moved means can be motivated, influenced by inclusive goals. Inclusive means taking everyone with them, and can take the good of others into account in their actions. So there is only word which is related to actions, which is deliberations. Deliberations means all the actions that one takes with intentions. All the actions that one takes with intentions known as deliberations. Hurries, negligence, certainty, abandons. Abandons means leaving someone, leaving a place or leaving someone. Certainty is definitiveness. Negligence is ignoring or neglecting someone. And hurries means, so here it should be deliberation, which means intentional actions. Okay. No, Vignesh, it's not negligence, it is deliberations. Deliberations means actions. Okay. Next question. RBI has been examining use cases and is working out a phased implementation strategy for the introduction of central bank backed digital currency (CBDC) with little or no. Okay, so RBI has done something in order to devise the strategy. It has decided to implement the strategy for the introduction of central bank digital CBDC. It has implemented the strategy for CBDC with little or no. So little means nothing. Here little means nothing, or no. No means little means a very few amount, very little amount, or no problems. So here it should be problems. So what is the word for problems? It is disruption. The sense of the sentence says a problem. So no problem or no disruption. Disruption is a problem, a bottleneck, a glitch. So harmony means accord with someone. Array means an assortment of things, an assortment or arrangement of things. Congruity means again kind of accord and friendship. Hierarchy means the level of hierarchy, means the the pyramid of structure of an organization. Like the topmost is like a narrow part and the bottom is like a broad part. Okay. So disruption means problem. So here it will be a problem because the RBI does not want any problem. So it should be disruption. Clear? Next question. The union budget is designed to upend. Upend means what? Invert. Invert to completely invert. Upside down. So the union budget is designed to upsend several dash of development. See, the union budget is trying to designed to upend means invert several dash of developments. So facts cannot be upended. Malinger means continuing, persisting. Certitude means exactitude, facts. Similar to this. Conviction is like malingering means persisting and with conviction. So answer would be paradigms. Paradigms is territory or realm. Territory or realm or a particular area. So it should be designed to upend several areas of development. So that means paradigms. Paradigms is areas basically. Not certitude, not certitude. Certitude means exactness, exactitude, factualness. Factuality means its exactitude, being exact, the quality of being exact. But we are talking about places, territories, areas. So it will be paradigms. Paradigm is the area, territory. So we are talking about several dash areas of development basically. So it will be paradigms. Malingering and conviction are same. Certitude and facts are same. Okay. Next, the virtuous cycle of one good deed dash a chain of positive outcomes has been set in motion for the next 25 years regarding the budget. So regarding the budget, the virtue cycle of one good deed dash a chain of positive outcomes. So here it should be word that should cause a chain of positive outcomes. So a virtuous cycle of one good deed, it's like a Pascal's law. There's one change in pressure in one point, it is a ripple effect. So one good deed will cause. So causing is begetting. Begetting is causing, to cause something. Okay. So the virtuous cycle of one good deed causes or begets or is begetting a chain of positive outcomes has been set in motion. So this ripple effect has been set in motion. This ripple effect, if you throw stone in water, it forms ripples, right? So one good deed is begetting further good deeds, a chain of positive outcomes, and it has been set in motion for the next 25 years regarding the budget. Very easy question, very interesting and easy. Annihilate means to destroy, abolish means to end, execute and liquidate, you understand. Execute means execution, implementation, and liquidate means emptying kind of thing, emptying, vacating kind of thing. Liquidating means closing down kind of thing. Fine. Begetting, correct Vignesh. Smashing Shakti, correct. Beget is correct answer. Okay. The theatre managed to dash its audience by cutting ticket prices. Okay. If the price is cut down, it will motivate the users, audience. So which is the word like hinder, depress, harm, obstruct. Boost will be the correct answer. If you reduce the prices, it will boost the audience, right? Boost the audience. Moving ahead. Now rearrangement of sentences. Rearrangement of sentences. I'll stand here. My entire image will not be here, but you can see the question. So I cannot see the question from there because of light, but I'll see the question on the channel itself. Okay. Boost is the correct answer, right? Now the question is, we have to arrange this rearrangement question. So if we see the first question, uniformity also. So also is there. Also shows that this cannot be the first question. Also shows that it cannot be the first sentence. It is not the first sentence. A smart and intelligent person is always willing to adopt new ideas and changes whenever needed and does not believe that they are perfect. So it can be the first sentence. It can be the first sentence. They can follow. What is the question? Okay. They can follow cannot be the first sentence. They keep challenging themselves. It cannot be the first sentence. being consistent at your workplace is not an indicator that you are smart. Okay. So either E or A can be the first sentence. Either E or B can be the first sentence. Either E. So let us assume that E is the first sentence. Let us assume that E is the first sentence. Okay. So being consistent at your workplace is not an indicator that you are smart. Okay. Okay. See, E will be followed by A. Why? Uniformity also indicates that the person is not willing to incorporate new ideas and change as per the need of the hour. Because it adds to the definition of E. Being consistent at your workplace is not an indicator that you are smart. Uniformity also indicates that the person is not willing to incorporate new ideas and change as per the need of the hour. So if you are not smart, you are not adding innovation, you are not doing improvisation. So EA will be a pair. EA will be a pair. After A, in A what happens? Uniformity also indicates that the person is not willing to incorporate new ideas. Means only consistency does not show that you are smart. Uniformity also indicates that the person is not willing to incorporate new ideas. Uniformity, consistency, boring, boring, boring. Something new, that is smartness. So what should come next is, so a person is not willing to incorporate new ideas and change as per the need of the hour. So either C or D should be the third sentence. Either C or D should be the third sentence. They can follow the same routine all day rather than considering new ideas and taking the risk, and their thought process also limits growth. Okay, so this C describes that a person thinks the same things always, the same routine all day rather than considering new ideas and taking the risk, and their thought process also limits growth. So what happens? Those people who are consistent and uniform, they cannot think of growth. They need to incorporate new ideas and taking the risk. And the same thing, uniformity limits the growth. So I think EAC will be the correct answer. Now, contradicting this statement, B would be there. A smart and intelligent person is always willing to adopt new ideas and changes whenever needed and does not believe that they are perfect. So here it talked about limits growth, and here it talks about a smart and intelligent person is always willing to adopt new ideas and changes whenever needed and does not believe that they are perfect. So this is one way of looking at the question, considering E as the, so B is still disputable. B is still disputable. EACBD. Vignesh Vicky, correct answer. EACBD. DB somebody says. Aarti says DB. It will be BD actually. So after D will be, they keep challenging themselves, and that is how. So see, understand this. BD will be a pair. BD will be a pair. So we can place B after C. So answer will be EACBD. Vignesh is correct. Very good, Vignesh. It is EACBD will be the correct answer. Perfect. Because E gives an introduction of a general statement which says at workplace only consistency does not prove that you are smart. Again in A it says uniformity also shows that you are not smart. Because new ideas should be improvised. So C says that they can follow the same routine all day and rather than considering new ideas and taking the risk, and their thought process also limits growth. Then you know the rest is history. Clear? EACBD, Rakshana correct. Artishri correct. No, Vignesh is correct. So it will be EACBD. Now we have the passage. So we are making some mistakes in earlier passages because see, it's difficult to solve it here in front of you. If it were in the examination hall, it would have been easier for me. But what I'll do is, I'll first read the questions today. Please understand this. Read the questions today. Entire one by one, I'll read 5 questions. Then we'll go to the passage and underline the important parts, which you cannot do in the online exam. You can simply note down in your note paper, your rough sheet. Okay. So let's go to the questions first. See, reading the question first always helps because you can at least solve 70-80% of the questions. Fine. So, which of the following is true according to the passage? Okay, we have to read the entire passage for this. So, we'll read the options first. Grants are not similar to loans and deposits. Fine. Startups invest in innovation. Fine. So grants are not similar to loans and deposits. Startups invest in innovation. Non-monetary grants are given in the form of tax benefits. So in this case what happens? You have to read the entire passage. So let's not consider this question. We'll move ahead. For which of the following activities the government provides grants for entities? We have to read the passage actually. Which of the following activities for which grants are offered? Okay. Which of the following is the economic benefits given to the nature of assistance to an entity for past events or future compliances with certain conditions? Which of the following is the sovereign criterion of the enterprise according to Peter Drucker? This question will be answered. Which is the sovereign criterion of the enterprise according to Peter Drucker? Fine. So let us go to the passage, and today we will read the passage patiently. Okay, we'll read the passage patiently. There are 5 questions of the passage. We'll read the passage patiently. And I'll explain the passage to you. A phrase used the most to motivate entrepreneurs. A phrase used the most to motivate entrepreneurs, generally attributed to Peter Drucker, is profitability is the sovereign criterion of the enterprise. Got the answer to the last question. Let's go to the question. Economic benefits given the nature of the assistance of entity of past events or future compliances with certain conditions. Clear? So which of the following is the sovereign criterion of the enterprise according to Peter Drucker? Profitability. We've got answer to one question. That's happiness. Okay? Correct, Vignesh. Vignesh, absolutely correct. So moving ahead to the next question. To the passage. Okay, passage. So profitability is the sovereign criterion of the enterprise. While large companies focus on earning huge margins by doing similar business. So the large companies focus on earning huge margins by doing smaller businesses with reduced risk. Startups invest in innovation at a breakneck pace and make profits. It's an important line. Startups invest in innovation and large companies focus on earning huge margins. All the important points, please understand. Large companies focus on earning huge margins and startups invest in innovation at a bottleneck pace, breakneck pace, and make profits. But they are often slowed down by the lack of resources. Important point. They are slowed by lack of resources and funds. Okay. It is this gap that grants can bridge. Grants can bridge. Okay, grants, very important. Grants. So what can bridge the gap, which is between businesses and startups? This gap is grants. Grants can bridge the gap for startups. We will mark it also. I think we have got one answer, one more answer. Which of the following is that economic benefits given in the nature of assistance to an entity for past events or future compliances with certain conditions? Okay. So I think the answer will be grants because it talks about the startups, which will be a later part of it. Let us mark as grants. I'll tell you why. Wait. Question says, which of the following is economic benefits given in the nature of assistance to an entity, which is a startup, for past events or future compliances with certain conditions? So grants will be the correct answer. We'll find the exact words in the passage, but we can assume that this is the correct answer because startups are certain, it requires a certain assistance and it's an entity for future and past events. So grants will be the correct answer. Correct, Vignesh, correct answer. Grants is the correct answer. Let's go again to the passage. So we have, out of 5 questions, we have answered 3 questions. We'll understand the entire passage, okay. Grants are, okay, it's written here only. Grants are economic benefits given in the nature of assistance. Done. For the past events or future compliance with certain condition. These funds are offered for activities with public benefit. These funds are offered for activities that with public benefit. Underline this. That stimulates the economy, promotes new initiatives and supports a common cause. Moreover, these are free benefits that need not be repaid, unlike loans and deposits. We have understood this. Let's go to the first question. Grants are not similar to loans and deposits. This is correct, which is true according to the passage. Startups invest in innovation. Correct. Grants are used to support startups with huge financial risk. All of the above. If 2 or 3 are correct, all of the above are correct. Is it clear to you? So we are left with 2 questions. So let's move ahead to the next question and see if we can answer. For which of the following activities the government provides grants for entities? Research and development, educational programs, exports, charitable activities. We cannot say now because we have not read the passage. But we'll ensure that research and development, exports, educational programs are there in our mind. Let's go back to the passage. We have answered 3 questions, right? It can be used to support startups to embark on activities with huge financial risk or lack of funds. In India, the government provides grants for entities involved in research and development, educational programs, exports, charitable. So we have got the answer. Wonderful. Wonderful. See, because 2 options are matching, the answer will be all of these. Research, this, exports, charitable, all of these will be the answer. So all of these is the answer, none, all of the above. All are correct. Okay. Let's see the next question. Which of the following activities for which grants are offered? Activities with public benefits, activities that stimulate the economy, activities that promote. Okay, this is the correct answer, right? All of the above. Clear? Moving ahead. Grants, profitability, and thank you. Thank you so much, students, for being a part of the session. Vignesh Vicky has performed very well. Thank you, Vignesh. All of the correct answers. So I hope you enjoyed the session a lot. Thank you so much. Stay with me every day at 11 o'clock and 7 p.m. in the night for the Hindu editorial session. Thanks a lot.